Whilst I was reviewing this video, I noticed that I couldn't share it, I couldn't repost it, but I could put a comment on it, but then the video would disappear with the comment, as you can see later. Please enjoy this video. I know it's a bit rough around the edges, but I've done my best in just doing it as natural as possible.
Parasites are not a comfortable subject, but silence around them helps nobody. I am speaking from direct experience. I have dealt with what I know was a serious parasitic infection, and I know how humiliating, frightening, and frustrating it can become when you feel dismissed, unheard, or pushed from one product to another without real resolution. I have also seen something I will never forget. While visiting a friend in hospital, I saw an elderly lady in distress trying to explain that she had worms in her bowel. Her bed had been placed near the observation desk. At one point, I saw long worms hanging from her rectum. I pointed it out to a nurse, but as the lady moved, they withdrew back inside quickly. That image stayed with me. Not because it was shocking, but because it raised a serious question. How can modern medicine be so advanced in some areas, yet people still feel ignored when dealing with something as basic and ancient as parasites? Parasites are real. Worm infections are real. Reinfection is real. Household spread is real. Eggs can survive outside the body, and treatment often needs to be combined with strict hygiene, cleaning, washing bedding, treating close contacts, and follow-up care. This is where the public needs better education. People should be told clearly how parasites spread, how reinfection happens, why hygiene matters, why the whole household may need attention, why one treatment may not be enough, and why persistent symptoms must be taken seriously. I am not giving medical advice here, but I am saying this plainly. People should not be left for years cycling through symptoms while being made to feel ashamed, dirty, or delusional. And surgery should never be treated as the casual answer to something that may require proper diagnosis, parasite identification, environmental control, and correctly supervised treatment. Surgery has its place, but it should be the last resort, not the first failure of imagination. The deeper issue is this. Modern healthcare often becomes very good at managing consequences, but far weaker at dealing with root causes of food quality, sanitation, parasites, environmental exposure, immune weakness, and prevention. That has to change. We need a health system that looks earlier, listens better, investigates properly, and treats people as whole human beings and not as recurring customers for symptom management. This is not about shame. It is about awareness. It is about prevention. It is about modernizing health so people are protected before they are damaged. One of the biggest problems around parasites is that people are often pushed into silence, embarrassment, or in the symptom management instead of serious investigation into root causes. I've lived through it myself. When you experience something persistently and feel the standard pathways are not resolving it properly, you begin researching independently. You begin studying hygiene, reinfection cycles, environmental contamination, parasite life cycles, immune health, food quality, and historical remedies that existed long before modern pharmaceutical systems. That high does not mean people should start recklessly self-experimenting with dangerous substances. It does mean there needs to be far more open scientific discussion about why parasitic problems persist, why reinfection happens so easily, why some treatments appear incomplete, and why preventative health is often neglected until conditions become severe. I also believe there needs to be more research into low-dose and long-term approaches, environmental prevention strategies, and non-invasive solutions before people are pushed toward extreme interventions. The future of healthcare should not just be manage the damage. It should be prevent the problem, investigate the cause properly, and restore health as early as possible. Too many people are suffering quietly with conditions they are too ashamed to speak about publicly. That silence helps nobody. One thing I learned through first-hand experience is this. If you are dealing with parasitic infections, you cannot just focus on the body alone. You also have to focus on the environment around you. That means pets, dogs, cats, children, a family, and the pet's bed linen, clothing, towels, mattresses, hygiene, and reinfection cycles. In my own experience, I found that keeping clothes and bedding properly cleaned and disinfected made a major difference with potassium permanganate in low doses. I used potassium permanganate orally, and that removed my parasite. I am not telling anybody to use potassium permanganate. Even though I used it in the military, one small crystal in a liter of water. It tasted earthy, now that dosage was quite strong. But you know what the military are like. And everybody that took it felt a little bit lethargic afterwards. But we were still functional. Now in Civvy Street I used potassium permanganate and it removed the parasites that I spent over 10 years having trouble with. Now I am not the doctor. But my experiences has allowed me to recover 100% from the infection of parasites. Too many people focus only on tablets or prescriptions while completely overlooking the surrounding environment where parasites, eggs, or contamination may still remain. This is one of the reasons reinfection becomes such a serious problem for some people. People should not be ashamed to speak about these things openly. Parasites have existed throughout human history, and modern society still struggles with them far more than many realize. What frustrates me is that so much of modern healthcare appears focused on symptom management instead of root cause prevention, environmental hygiene, food quality, parasite awareness, and long-term recovery. We need to modernize health properly. Not just take another pill and wait, but identify the root cause, clean the environment properly, prevent reinfection, improve sanitation and awareness, and help people recover fully wherever possible. That is real healthcare. Awareness matters. Prevention matters. And people deserve honest conversations about what they are experiencing instead of embarrassment or dismissal. Know my experience of going through the horrific time I learned that medical authorities do not really give a fuck about you. All they are interested in is selling their products. Know the individual doctor, he does care about you, but he is controlled by the head doctor to sell the products. And repeat prescriptions are a financial goldmine. This all goes back to the snake salesman at the Rockefeller Foundation. When his father used to sell remedies up and down the country, he would be gone for months, then come back with handfuls of cash. This is my Rockefeller made his money through the experience of his father. Look it up to your history. Now the Rockefeller Foundation is everywhere. In the medical services. And won't be tied anybody that treats theirself with anything that he was the problem. Whether it's parasites or whether it's cancer. Now do you understand that it is so important that we produce a new medical system, a new method of healthcare that is actively serviced by the people, not by a central authority as the FDA? I want to write a disclaimer here so the FDA can't come and arrest me. Disclaimer, this post reflects personal experience, observations, and general discussion only. It is not medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment guidance. If you are experiencing symptoms of illness, infection, bowel problems, unexplained skin irritation, weight loss, persistent discomfort, or any other health concerns, you should consult a qualified doctor, medical professional, or appropriate healthcare authority for proper testing, diagnosis, and treatment. Do not self-medicate with chemicals, industrial compounds, or unverified remedies based on internet discussions or personal stories alone. Health matters should always be approached carefully, responsibly, and with proper professional supervision where required. My notes and experiences that I have developed over taking potassium permanganate. A 100 milliliter squeezable bottle with a squirt dropper nozzle. Use one small crystal, mix it into the bottle to the consistency that you can see through the bottle of 100 ml, then add it to 4 pints of milk, 1 squirt or half a teaspoon. To the milk, and use that milk through the day for your drinks. Now take a glass of milk and squirt 1 squirt from the 100 ml bottle into the glass of milk. Stir it and drink it. Now you have covered yourself with 1 strong dose and through the day lighter dose. Do that for the week. Repeat that daily cycle for 7 days. That may be enough to remove your parasites entirely. But if your parasite has not gone, continue for a month. Then it will be gone. Symptoms to look for: itchiness means you still have parasite. The feeling of itchy crawling on your skin, you still have parasite. For this, run yourself a warm bath and dose the bath with potassium permanganate so the water turns pink or red. It is actually a burgundy. This will kill the surface parasite. Don't worry about getting it in your eyes in the bath. The cycle must be broken. Now I hope this helps with anybody that he is reading it. Because our hands are tied in the public domain, we need to develop new services and systems in the private domain, such as at-home private hospitals that is run by scientific breakthroughs, scientific systems that are modern today's breakthroughs, not based on the FDA Rothschild system of care not if you are queuing or not. We need to make our own medical systems that cure the people, eradicating disease and parasites of all types. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, Amen. Please follow and subscribe so we can connect with you and let you know when we need to let you know.
Post button.
Now, look at
You
that.
cannot reply to this comment. Text.
That's weird, isn't it?
Cancel button. Look, our parasites are not a conf. Because our hands are tied in the public domain, we need to develop new services and systems in the private domain, such as at-home private. Cancel button.
So I can't reply to it. So let's try and share it.
Post button. Because our hands are tied in the public domain, we need to develop new services and systems in the private domain, such as at-home private hospitals that is run by scientific breakthroughs such as article.
And now it's just disappeared. Can you see that? It's just gone. I can't find it. It's not on there anymore. There, oh, there it is. Right. So, let's try and restack that.
Restack. Pop-up button. Restack with a note. Menu item. Restack.
Restack with a note. Restack. No. Won't restack it. Post.
My notes and experiences that I have developed over taking potassium permanganate, a 100 milliliter squeeze-like button. Share. Pop-up button.
See what I mean? There's a manipulation here.
Opinion mind. Text.
And it's stopping us
D00K2 D0 note. Article.
from posting it. And this is how control works, by holding us back, by not sharing this information. So, we need to set up our own club. We need to set up our own system where we can all tell the truth with each other, and where we can physically make things together and build it, design it and infrastructure it without having the control of BlackRock. Thank you for listening. This is the only way I could see how to get this information over to you. So have a good day. God bless you. Take care.